Hi. Um, yeah, so I've just been thinking a lot about this collective irrational fear that most humans seem to have. And I mean, we all have irrational fears, but this one in particular, um, it kind of blows my mind the more I think about it. And that's the fear of death, the fear of dying, the fear of other people dying. Just being scared of death or the idea of death. It's irrational, first of all, and most importantly, because it's inevitable. Death is like one of the very few inevitabilities of life. We all know that every living thing is going to die. It's a fact that none of us um, are able to, I don't know, deny, right? And so it and so it kind of blows always has um, felt strange. Like I've never resonated with this type of irrational fear ever in my life. I've probably resonated with fearing like how the death comes instead of death itself. And yeah, for as long as I can remember, it's been like that. Even as long as I can't remember. For instance, my first like experience of death in a family, um, like a close family, was my father. Okay, my father died when I was young. I can't remember any of it now. A whole chunk of my early years is missing from my database. And so, and so not only can I not remember when um, when it happened, I also don't remember him at all, even though my mom always says that we were quite close. So yeah, and I think he probably died when I was maybe 4. I don't know. I don't know how many people actually remember the things that they went through when they were 4. So I can't. But yeah, so I'd ask my mom about like how did I deal with that, with um this father of mine who you say we were close. How did I deal with the whole grief of it all? And she always tells me that I was totally fine. I seemed rather unaffected. If anything, I was the one consoling her. And yeah, and apparently, like at night before she sleeps, maybe she'd be kind of sad, and I'd start reading her the Bible and trying to console her, and also telling her that she shouldn't worry, my dad's gonna come back. And I don't even know what passages I must have been reading to her for that. Um, and yeah, I mean, at that age, apparently I learned how to read um, with the Bible. Um, there were family members, as much as my mom was never religious at all when I was growing up, there were other family members who were, and they'd take me with them to church gatherings and stuff. So I guess I picked up the Bible then, and I taught myself. I don't know who taught me how to read. Um, with that, that was the first book I read from. So yeah, anyway, I tried to console her, telling her that she shouldn't worry, dad's gonna come back and whatnot. But the funny thing is that she says after a while, I came to her and told her, all those things I was telling you about dad coming back, I was actually lying to you. He's not coming back, but you'll be fine regardless. And I find that so hilarious that I I was aware that that he's not coming back, and I thought the best thing would be to tell my mom that he's gonna come back until she gets over it, and then finally reveal to her that he's not coming back. It's so bizarre because I can't remember any part of it. If anything, I wish I remember moments like that of like um my early years on Earth. So, and even now, like after all of that, I've never felt um a deep sadness or loss for my father. Um, I can't think of any conscious ways that it affected me on a like day-to-day level and even the person that I am now. But one thing for sure is I can resonate to how um death was never a fear of mine, nor the idea of death and whatever. And so now, growing up and, going through life and going through periods of depression and um, really pursuing death and being, obsessed with um, the idea of dying in a positive sense. Um, yeah, so I mean, at that point, I would say that I wasn't scared of dying because I did actually want to die. Um, but even beyond that, like even at stages in my life where I was like completely happy and at a like really great place and wasn't even thinking of like wanting to die, in all of in all of those moments and even my most happiest moments um in life, I've always thought, I don't know when I'm going to die, but even if it's right now, I'd be happy with that. Like if there was an option, I'd be more than happy with that. Um, I I've never felt regretful of how I lived my life, I guess. Um, if any, if that any regret is actually coming here, if that was even a choice that I made. That would be it. But I can't. I don't know if that's a choice that I made or not. So I can't really um make any concrete, I don't know, resolution about it. So yeah. So when people are so scared of someone dying or them dying, I always ask. Okay, no, I don't actually always ask, but I want to ask them, what what are you afraid of? Like, unless you actually believe that you, there's a possibility that you're going to some kind of hell. Um, yeah, unless you believe that, in which case you might want to change your beliefs. But unless you believe that, then I don't see why you'd be scared of death. Because even if you're like, you don't believe in an afterlife, you believe that that is like the final end of not only your body but your consciousness as well. Even then, like being scared of death is kind of weird because like when you're dead, it's not gonna matter. You're not gonna miss being alive if when you die everything stops. I mean, I wish that that's what happens. I wish, but I've gone through enough in life to doubt that's the case, but that's what I'm hoping for. That's what I'm gunning for. But yeah, um, Yeah, so like regardless of, if anything, my most irrational fear used to be the possibility of any type of afterlife. So like even heaven, like even if, like when I die, my consciousness continues into another life that is somehow better than this, because I can't imagine a worse place than here, this earthly realm. I honestly cannot. So like, if there's a hell, this is it. But yeah, besides that, like, I just want there to be an option to just turn it off. Like go back to the nothingness that I came from. Um, that would be nice. Like an end to all um sensory perception. That would be so amazing. Like, so that's kind of like my mission with death, to and I don't know, something in deep inside me tells me that that is possible. Um, I just haven't found any answers about it from anyone. So it's something that I'm gonna have to just, I don't know, see when it comes, whether it's possible. But yeah, for me, whatever happens after this lifetime, like when you die, when I die, when anyone dies, whatever comes after that must be better. And if not better, it can't be worse. And so, even when I was like completely atheist and like truly, truly believed that it all just stops, I mean, like even then I wasn't like scared of like, oh my God, what if I die? Then all these things that I don't know what people will miss about the world, because I won't miss anything. Um, and not, yeah, like I don't think I'm gonna miss my mom or anything that truly mattered to me. Um, and even if I do miss it, then what? Like it is what it is. I'm in a new place. That is anything that is like the number one wish, goal. Um, so yeah, I don't know. I mean, I want to say it's silly only because I truly do not understand the fear, but at the same time, the way it has a hold on so many human beings, um, there must be something to it, right? That makes it less than silly. But yeah, just thought I'd let this out. What do you think? Are you afraid of death? And what are you afraid of if you're afraid of death? And I'm not talking about like how you're gonna die, like just death in general. The most irrational reaction to death I've experienced was the death of a plant of mine. Oh my gosh, I was hysterical. I've never cried so much over the death of anyone, never mind anything, before. And at the moment, it was so heartbreaking. But I mean, now in retrospect, it wasn't so much the death that shocked me. There were a whole lot of other like um emotions connected to that. Um, and also like the plant wasn't actually dead. Like I could revive it. Of course, I overreacted. And I can see how silly that was of me now from in retrospect. But yeah, I truly cannot empathize, but I truly hope anyone, I truly hope for anyone who is afraid of death. I truly hope you come to a place where you're not so scared of it, because I can see how the ripple effect of that fear can have on your lived experience, constantly being scared of the inevitable and worrying about the inevitable, as you know. Yeah. Anyway, just wanted to know, tell me, what do you think happens after we die? Are you scared? Are you looking forward to it? Because I know I am. And why are you looking forward to it, and why are you scared of it? Let's talk about it. Yeah. Bye.